Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be going through and describing the top reasons to use a VPN. Now, if you're not familiar with what a VPN is, it's an application that looks something like this. This one right here is called ExpressVPN. This one is Proton VPN, and here's NordVPN. These are my top 3 picks. I'll have more information and links in the description in case you want to find out more about them. But what they're going to do is allow you to connect up to a location. It can be anywhere in the world. All 3 of these VPNs have at least 100 countries to choose from, and by connecting up to one of those locations, you can make it seem as if you're there when you're using the internet. So for example, let's say you were in the US and you wanted to make it seem as if you were in France. We can just type it in right there, click connect, and now once I'm connected up to that location, any website that I visit is going to think that I'm in France. Now, on top of that, the VPN is also going to encrypt your connection, meaning that it's going to make it more secure. Nobody's going to be able to access your personal information, your browsing activity when you're using the internet. And that means that your internet service provider won't know what you're doing online. No government agencies, even these VPNs themselves, do not have access to your information. I picked out these 3 here because they're not only the best when it comes to speed and locations and features, but also when it comes to privacy and security. Now, to show you how you can use those features in different ways when you're on the internet, one of the most popular and well-known is to access content on streaming platforms. Every streaming service, whether it's Netflix, Prime Video, or Hulu, they're going to give you access to different content based off of your country. So if Prime Video or Netflix will see that you're in the US, you'll get access to everything that's available there. If they think that you're in France, you'll get access to different content. And by using a VPN, you can change in your digital location and get access to content from all over the world. Now, in order to do something like this, you're going to need a VPN that is able to handle the amount of data that goes through your internet when you're streaming, but will also give you fast speed so that you're not buffering and lagging when you're trying to watch something. So that's another area where these 3 VPNs do very well. And it's also a reason why a free VPN is not really going to cut it. They're just not going to give you the speeds that you need in order to successfully stream. And many of them just won't give you access or aren't compatible with streaming sites in the first place. Now, another reason to use a VPN, which is related, is for ISP throttling. If your ISP sees you doing something like streaming or gaming and they see that you're doing a lot of it, it's taking a lot of data, they may intentionally slow down your connection. So even though you may be able to get 80 megabits per second, instead you're only going to get 20 megabits per second. But a VPN, like I mentioned, will hide everything that you're doing from your internet service provider, pretty much from anybody who wants to see what you're doing. So your ISP won't be able to know that you're streaming, they won't be able to know that you're gaming, and they won't be able to throttle your connection. Now, on that note, you can also use a VPN for gaming. You can use it to get potentially better or more stable ping if you don't already have decent ping. If you have decent ping, a VPN will probably just make it worse. But if your ISP is sending your internet through a weird route and you're not getting good ping, or if they're throttling your connection, then using a VPN when you're gaming, if you're playing games like Warzone or Fortnite, what you can do is find the game servers for that game. So here's just a map of Fortnite game servers. And then you would go into your VPN and connect up to a location that's as close as possible to the closest game server to your physical location. So for example, right here, if you're playing Fortnite and maybe you live in Canada, they don't have any game servers there, but the closest one to you might be Portland. So just for example here, I'll bring up ExpressVPN. I'm going to click on the location bar and I'm going to type in Portland, and right there we have Portland, Maine and Portland, Oregon. That's the one we want. I would just connect up to that server and I should be able to get better or at least more stable ping when I'm gaming. Now, another way you can use this ability to change your location that's becoming more and more common, more and more necessary, is for things like the UK's Online Safety Act, or a lot of the laws that are going into place all over the United States, where there are more and more laws coming out requiring age verifications in order to access certain sites or social media sites on the internet. And just for example, X, they've rolled out a whole bunch of different policies when it comes to verifying users' age. And what most of these websites are doing, they're actually going to require ID verification. They're going to make you submit your own government ID. That's a real privacy concern. You have to give out your ID to all these different websites. There's going to be AI that they're using to scan them, which again is another privacy risk. Your personal information is going to basically be in the hands of their AI systems. So if you don't want to do that, you can use a VPN and change your location to a country where these age verification laws are not in effect. And then when you go to a platform like X or Reddit, whichever one it is, you won't have to go through these age verification systems or regulations. Lastly, just to cover up 2 more areas where using a VPN is very handy is one, if you're in a place like China, Iran, Russia, these countries where they have very strict firewalls and just very censored, restricted internet networks. Using a VPN can help you get through that. You can make it seem as if you're somewhere else where the internet is way freer and you can access content as if you were not in that country. Lastly, if you want to access cryptocurrency exchanges, many of these crypto exchanges and sports betting, online gambling websites, they're all pretty much the same, where they're heavily regulated by the laws in specific states or countries. So you can use a VPN, make it seem as if you're somewhere where the laws are a little more lenient, and you can get access to your account. Just a note on this though, when it comes to these kinds of sites, in order to sign up for the first time, they do require you to identify yourself and your location. So if you live somewhere where the platform is not available and you don't have an account, a VPN can't really help you make one. But if you do already have a verified account and now you're somewhere else and you can't access that account, then a VPN is a great way to be able to maintain access and not raise any red flags within their website system. So those are my top reasons to use a VPN. Now, which VPN is actually best for you? So NordVPN is going to be the best if you want just the largest amount of countries around the world. They have 165 countries. So that's almost every country in the world. It's just a crazy amount. They also have some really nice add-ons like Threat Protection Pro, which gives you anti-malware, browsing protection, and an add-in tracker blocker. And this is independent to the VPN. You don't need a VPN running. This will go by itself. They also have MeshNet that allows you to more securely connect devices for things like remote desktop, and Dark Web Monitor that keeps track of the internet to see if any of your personal information has leaked out over the internet. So if you want a VPN with a ton of different locations to choose from, and you also don't just want a VPN, you want a bunch of different tools to manage your internet privacy and security, then NordVPN is a great pick. Now, if you want a lot of different features, Proton VPN is great. You'll have things like Secure Core, which are more secure servers, so you don't have to worry about things like data leaks or the server being compromised. You have P2P servers, which are optimized for torrenting, and you have Tor servers that connect you up to the Tor network. If you're gaming, Proton VPN is actually great because they allow you to choose your NAT type. You can go from a strict NAT type to moderate. And if you're file sharing, they also have port forwarding. So there's just a lot of different nice features here as well. So similar to NordVPN, but these are more built into the VPN itself. They aren't separate add-ons. You also don't get as many countries as Nord. You have 127, but overall, in my experience, I found these servers to be a bit faster and more stable than NordVPN. A nice touch they've added here is profiles, which allows you to set different servers that you like or that you found work best for you. So if you found a certain server that works better for Netflix, you can add a new profile and then set that as your Netflix server. So you don't have to go and search for it every single time. You can just go over here and just click your Netflix server and you're good to go. Now, lastly, my number one pick and my personal favorite is ExpressVPN. I love it because it's just so simple and easy to use. It doesn't have a whole complicated interface, all the different features. It's really just you pick a location, you connect, and you're good to go. If you're a beginner, this is really great. A lot of VPNs go overboard with all the different features and things going on. It can be overwhelming, but with ExpressVPN, they keep it very simple and clean. And even as a more advanced user, when I don't need all those extra features that come with something like Proton or NordVPN, Express is what I go to. It just works well. There is a lot of more advanced technology going on behind the scenes, but they don't bog you down with that. It just happens. You just click connect and you're good to go. So that's just a quick rundown. If you want to find more in-depth information into each one of these, I've done full reviews. You'll find links to those as well as discount links that will save you some extra money and get you the best possible price on these VPNs. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I always want to hear what you guys have to say. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.